Hey guys, thanks for being here and watching. If you're new here, thank you for being here. Check out some of my other videos and see if you like them, and if you do, you should subscribe. Um, we're going to be looking at, well, okay, several things, but it started out with looking at maps of where Kylie's car was found, and then just kind of trying to get a more detailed look of what those roads were. For example, I think that the road leading into where she was found is actually old Highway 89. I did not know that prior to this. Sami in her interview talks about these roads. Anyway, I'm not sure how that matters or if it does, but I was looking into, again, more detailed roads, where she was found, and cell phone towers in the area. And there's a video I've done similar to that, and I'll put the link to that one in my description. But at some point, I ended up on WebSlueths.com, and from there you just search Kiely Rodni, and I found a bunch of posts from the day she was reported missing, the 7th and the 8th, and those are the ones that I kind of zoned in on, and I'm gonna share those with you. And really, I just want to get your opinion on them. I'm not really going to put much context into them because I really want to know what you get out of them. Sometimes I can overthink things or not look into things enough. And so your feedback is very helpful in that way. Anyway, so from these maps, I ended up here. This news clip in particular was very interesting to me. It's from August the 6th. It's interesting to see the story develop right after time, but always take note of how it was reported in the beginning. And the conversations that we're going to be reading are also centered at the beginning. And the questions that people are asking at the beginning are not very far off of what we're still asking now. All right, so on this website, these are the comments that were interesting to me from no username 12345, super original. I know this area. Pub and I traveled in a pool behind camper and SUV all over the West, and after car accident, stayed in Truckee in a rental car for a time. Prosser is north of the town of Truckee, Forest, rural, and northern around. Excuse me. There are a lot of folks who live in the forest. What? In their cars, vehicles, etc. around there, young and old. There are also creepers who notice a female by herself, just like anywhere. We had this happen 3 times there, and once had to call the police. One young guy was very cunning. Obvious concerns are auto accident, acquaintance, or someone from party taking her advantage of her being inebriated, or someone else doing so. She could be sleeping off a bender or a runaway. Who knows? I just posted this because I know the area somewhat. It's dark, dark at night. Beautiful. Can be dangerous like anywhere. Can be a safe haven as well. Because I am new, I am sorry if I do this incorrectly. I wanted to add some facts. Kiely graduated early from high school. She attended Forest Charter High School. My daughter attends the Nevada County campus. There are 3 campuses, 2 satellite campuses in Placer County and the main campus in Nevada County. Yesterday, the school sent out a phone message as well as an email asking for students for any information they may have. And this is by Squirrel Nutkin. Okay. Another one that was interesting by Warwick 7. There's an old saying, the maids know everything. Well, so do teenagers. This is where the answers are. And I believe that 100%, in my opinion. We have Megs 1477. August the 7th. Many, many years ago, I went to several parties in the middle of nowhere that were similar to this. 1 or 2 cars would have their headlights, sorry. You don't have to run the engine to use the headlights. You just have to make sure the battery doesn't die. Correct. There are also cell phones. We didn't have those back then. Kids will make do with what they have when options are limited. Outdoorsy kids will party outdoors. I can see 100 kids stumbling around in the dark. I did as a kid. My daughter did it as a teen, and I am not surprised to hear of this gathering. It's all about where you live and where you can go. Also, August 7th by Stunned. It says, and I couldn't find the original comment. I guess it was deleted, so this was a reply to that original comment, which is highlighted in yellow. Charleston Gal said, sounds like the sheriff may think Kylie's friend group may have some knowledge about why Kiely left and where she possibly may have gone. That's my read anyway, moo. And then the reply to that was, it's good he's giving them a get out of jail card. So this was just interesting, and I couldn't find the original post, but I think they were talking about the sheriff's speech or when they were on the news. So now I'll show you is by Mask Guy on August the 8th. It says, have we heard anything about the water searches? Just about every case like this I have followed where there's some sort of gathering and then a missing person / car has ended just the way you'd expect. Given the circumstances, I think that's far more likely than an abduction, unless law enforcement does in fact have something solid that is making them lean that way. And I guess that's why, for me personally, it hasn't really made sense. I mean, I know the car was in the water and all that, but given the situation and the information they had at the time, it would have been obvious just to search where the ping was last. But there are too many other events that happened from when she was reported missing to when she was found that don't make sense or are probably lies, or like Nick the tow track guy, for example. I think that kind of dragged on what was going on with Kiely, and to this day, in my opinion, hasn't been verified or been spoken of by law enforcement. So what does that say about the case? Is it nothing? Should we just ignore it? How come it was never addressed? Do they just want us to stop talking about it, which is understandable, leave Truckee alone? But still, those are my questions.
Steve.
Yeah, live at the Truckee Community Center that has been turned into a kind of a makeshift command center for all these volunteers that have showed up searching for Kiely, Rodni, and you can see there's been hugs. There's lots of T-shirts saying "Find Kiely."
Now, I have not seen this particular news clip. I thought I had seen them all, but this one was different to me. And this one is early on. It's the screenshot that I showed earlier in the video. I'll plug it in here if I get a chance. But you see the Kiely poster on the bottom right. It's on the ground. And look at the people that are around. I mean, for you guys that find the background stuff fascinating, you might enjoy this. Let me know what you see that I didn't see. To be honest, I'm not really sure what I'm seeing at this point, but there are a few things that I picked up and I want to share it with you.
There are maps out here, lots of food. People out here for a third full day searching for Kiely Rodni. We want to show you her picture once again right now. And here is a look at Kiely Rodni, 16 years old, 5'7", 108.
Okay, so these pictures of Kiely, they're provided by Sami. The ones with the black dress, I thought that Jagger took those pictures. How did Sami get them? Why did Jagger not submit them? Again, it could be nothing. I'm probably looking way too much into it, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'm gonna tell you out loud, and I'm gonna be honest. Look, Kiely, beautiful, beautiful person, child, face, everything, right? But the photos that were shared, like this one, why did she share photos like these that maybe are not the most flattering? But she didn't submit photos of her and Kiely together, like as friends, if they were really real friends.
They're treating this like an abduction because her car also has not been found.
And then to this day, no one has made it make sense. I mean, aside from my own theories, but why was it an abduction? Why did they consider it being an abduction when all the ingredients literally spelled out, I'm in the lake because I drank too much, according to the events of that evening from the friends. But she wasn't. I mean, you see, it's annoying. I'm annoyed now.
More in just a bit, but let's show you some video from around this area where volunteers and search and rescue crews have been scouring the entire area around Prosser Campground, where she was last seen at about midnight Friday. She was at a senior farewell party. We also had the opportunity to talk to her mother. Of course, a very difficult time for her mom. Here's what she had to say earlier today.
And this interview from mom, again, maybe I did see it a long time ago, but I don't remember. This one was a little different. The way that she speaks, I know that we all criticize it, and we're all allowed to do that. But one thing that I am noticing in this particular interview is if I turned off the audio when she's speaking, it looks like she's smiling. So, but I'm not going to do that here. But if you do it yourself, if you turn the sound off on like a few moments of her interview, it's like a little weird to me. But that's about as far as I'm going to go with that one.
It was at 11:30. She told me that she was leaving in 45 minutes and going to be on her way home. I'm a terrible mother. I'd slept. I said, wake me up when you come home. And then I woke up at 8 a.m. and realized she hadn't woken me up. She's so responsible. She always checks in. She always texts me when she's out and lets me know, even checking in multiple times a night, even when she's out with friends.
So, what did you think? Tell me in the comments. Again, am I being too harsh on this woman? The last thing that I want to do is bully someone in that way. And I'm just trying to make sense of things, right? And I could be very wrong, but I don't know, it was kind of weird, right? Also, did you guys notice who was in the back? Again, this was very early on, and I just find every camera angle fascinating. I mean, and that's just me.
Her mother beating herself up here now. You can imagine just what she is going through, the anguish as this turns into day 3 of her daughter missing. I want to show you the picture of her vehicle and her license plate. It's California license plate number 8YUR127. It's a silver Honda CRV. Now,
notably, the CHP has not issued an Amber Alert in this case because they are saying that this is not a credible abduction at this point.
Okay, so there's quite a bit to unpack there. But he just said CHP, California Highway Patrol, has not issued the Amber Alert. What?
They have no proof, according to their own threshold, that this, in fact, is an abduction. And one of the 4 criteria that the Amber Alert system needs is that proof of an abduction.
Wait, I thought that her car missing meant it was an abduction.
And also proof that a victim could be in imminent danger. The CHP, at least for their part, is saying that criteria has not been met. The Placer County Sheriff, they're saying that they are treating this as if she has been abducted because they can't find her vehicle. And as a result of treating it that way and putting this out there in that manner, the FBI is now also involved in the search for Kiely Rodni.
So basically, this tells me CHP and just Placer County and all these local agencies can't get their stuff together, can't get their information right. So FBI has to step in and organize it for them.
Right now.
And now we have 3 different agencies involved. In one of those pictures there you saw, she had her cell phone in her hand. You have to wonder, have they pinged her cell phone anywhere around the area, Steve?
Yeah, they have not been able to find any activation of her cell phone since that party that night. So again, that was Friday midnight. Her mom said that she had got that call. I know that she also made a call to a friend. So right around that time is the last time the cell phone ping has been located.
So here he's saying that the phone last pinged on that last phone call. And so that always has been my question. Did they ping the phone when it was already underwater? When did they ping this? Did they go off a last phone call? What time was that last phone call? You know, you have to realize we don't know those details. We have a guesstimate of times at this point, and still do.
All right, Steve, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Steve.
Well,